Star Wars The Old Republic Shadow of Revan Early Access launches, Jaina Proudmoore frostbolts her way into Heroes of the Storm's Technical Alpha, all that and more. I'm Zach Sharps, and this is Free to Play Weekly. Are you a European player for WebZen's long-running MMO Flyff? Had to previously play on American servers, German-speaking, or French-speaking servers? Well, not any longer. This week, WebZen officially announced that the English-speaking European Clockwork server is officially live. Being that players have many hours already invested in the previous servers, it will be interesting to see whether or not the players transition. However, at least the option's there after many years, and personally, I'm even surprised it took that long. You guys know that one chick who romanced Arthas, but Arthas went a little bit insane with the Frostmourne. Well, this week Blizzard has patched in the very popular mage Jaina Proudmoore into Heroes of the Storm's Technical Alpha, and she looks pretty fun to play. Jaina features abilities such as Frostbolt, Blizzard, Cone of Cold, and heroic abilities like Summon Water Elemental and Ring of Frost. In addition to her being added to the game, Blizzard has also patched in a number of emotes, art changes, and balancing updates, with a little bit more tweaks here and there. Playing Heroes of the Storm myself, I think it's a great thing to see an iconic player like Jaina thrown into the mix, and hopefully more awesome players will be added in the future. What character though would you guys like to see in Heroes of the Storm? Leave a comment down below. During this year's TGC 2014, NCSoft announced an 8 class for Blade and Soul. The class announced is called the Warlock, a spell-stealing dark magic type that looks pretty awesome to play. NCSoft noted that the Warlock will be available on the Korean servers later this month and become available on the Chinese servers sometime next year. Playing 20 levels on the Chinese client, I personally had a blast playing Blade and Soul, and once it comes out over here in America, if I don't die of old age first that is, I'm sure I'll have a blast playing this action combat MMO without the 300 ping I experienced on the Chinese clients. Are you guys still hyped for Blade and Soul though? Leave a comment down below. For Star Wars The Old Republic fans, the wait is now over. Shadow of Revan's early access went live a few days ago. The expansion is based around the popular Knights of the Old Republic character Revan, and features a level cap raised to 60, 2 new planets, 2 new flashpoints, 4 hard mode dungeons, and 2 operations. With the official launch set for the 9th of December, some players will have to wait. However, being that I've played up to level 58 so far, I can say that I've enjoyed this expansion quite a lot, and I'm looking forward to diving back into it tonight. Still haven't bought the expansion? Well, it will run you at $20, but if you don't buy it, you'll still notice some quality of life improvements and a new discipline system that replaces the old talent trees, with a little bit of balancing tweaks thrown into the mix. Epic Games' free-to-play shooter Fortnite has entered its first public alpha phase this week. Considering it's the first alpha, only a few players were let in to test the game up until December the 17th. Those players allowed entry did get a message from Epic Games stating that the game is still rough around the edges, but we think it can benefit from your input even at this early stage. If you're interested in Fortnite but still didn't get an alpha invite, signups are still live on the website, so go check it out and good luck. Taking a time machine back to last week, the free-to-play developer GBE Games shut down its MMORPG, the Aurora World. Officially shut down on November the 24th, the 3-faction PvP-based game won't see the light of day any longer, and the official website is no longer active. Stated by the developers, the game showed a lot of promise during its inception, and we had a lot of fun pushing the game to its peak. But over time, it's been unable to maintain a large enough audience to create a reasonable and enjoyable environment for all players. It's always sad to see an MMORPG close its doors, and as always, I hope the developers don't stay unemployed long, if at all. But if you're curious about what you might have missed, Spunkify did a first look for the Aurora World that you can find right here on MMOBomb.com. InnoGames, the developers of Force of Empires, have decided to roll out their open beta for their latest free-to-play browser-based game, Rising Generals, exclusively to the United States. Eventually, though, the game will see a worldwide release, but InnoGames' evil plan for world domination, they believe, stems from the success in the US market. Rising Generals features gameplay which players command a military base that needs to be quickly upgraded and staffed with troops in order to defend against and attack hostile neighbors. With a good amount of depth for late game, those interested in a browser-based strategy game might find this one fun. However, with the game's announcement, I want to drop the question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked a question with Nexon being in charge of Ghost in the Shell Online. Do you think that the item mall will be game-breaking or fair? A user by the name of Alexander Kim stated, "It's Nexon. The cash shop is going to be game-breaking for most people. I, on the other hand, will be able to tolerate such a practice if the gameplay is unique and not just another average boring shooter." Thanks for your response, Alexander, and if you want your guys' answer possibly featured in next week's episode, make sure to leave your reply down in the comments section below. This week's question is, when it comes to browser-based games, do they intrigue you or turn you off, and why? I'm interested in hearing your guys' thoughts on this because I'm personally willing to give almost any type of game a shot so long as it's fair and balanced. For our final news story of the week, we got an announcement coming from the Perfect World camp about their game Perfect World International. Announcing Eclipse, their newest expansion, will feature a new race called the Nightshade and 2 new classes called the Duskblades and Stormbringers. Also, a new starting zone has been added and 2 randomly generated dungeons have been added as well. Some quality of life improvements and minor updates to the game were also mentioned for Eclipse, and for a full breakdown of the expansion, check out their dev blog on the official website. We all know you guys love giveaways here on MMOBomb.com, and this week we have a couple new ones for you. On the website, we're currently featuring a Brawlhalla Early Access Steam Code giveaway, and also a Star Trek Alien Domain closed beta giveaway. If you want to always be in the loop, make sure to check back to MMOBomb.com actively, that way you will never miss a giveaway. That is it for this week's news, guys. Quite a slow news week, but after the past few weeks of awesome announcements and details, we were sure to get a dud of sorts. As always, I'm Zach Sharp signing off till next week's Free to Play Weekly. I will catch you guys next time.